I was not brought up in a musical family, and nobody in our family learnt classical music. Soon after I started learning from Ustad Nasiruddin Sami, I realized what a transformative practice this is. And also I was unaware of its kind of Islamic roots. It's Muslim, it's actually an Islamic art. Khayal is an Islamic art. And it was also a bit shocking to me to realize that the main collaborators who created this art form with the big musicologist and poet Hazrat Amir Khusro were in Pakistan. The Qawwal Bacha Gharana was actually living in Pakistan, and this was something that I hadn't been told about. All my life I'd been told that classical music is not something that you can get here. We'd also been told that this was something outside of our traditions, outside of our history. But getting to know Ustad Nasiruddin Sami, I realized that not only was I getting tutored in music, and not only was I being able to sing things that I wanted to sing all my life, but I was also really getting to know my voice in a metaphorical and a literal sense, because, you know, they really develop your own perspective on yourself. And once that happened, I realized that it couldn't be that I'm the only one who learns it. A, not many people know about it. B, the people that do know about it or can do it come from a certain background, or they have access to certain finances or whatever to be able to afford taking lessons like this. And so it kind of became my life's mission to, get others, especially in Pakistan, to understand what a healing and transformative practice this is. It's a highly developed form of music based on 49 microtones that this family is like the only real practitioner of. Along with that, they also know that entire knowledge of the voice, and so they employ all these amazing techniques that are very kind of tailor-made to each individual. And as a result, the individual changes. And that was something that I hadn't seen or read about in our arts. We have amazing art schools, but music was really being taught in a very kind of, post-colonial sense. This was something that I tried actually very hard to first market it and pitch it here. But somehow I didn't find as many people interested, here. And surprisingly, after 3 or 4 years of really kind of, taking this idea and pitching it to people, I got a lot of interest from the West, because now microtonal music, frequencies and healing, music outside of its purpose of only entertainment is being researched quite a bit in the West. Josh Cohn, who I've worked with in other capacities with my band Sandara, he presented us a few times in Baltimore. So he got in touch with us and he said, I want to do this Khayal thing. And so his organization, Center of Cultural Vibrancy, got on board. Dr. Humaira Ziad from Johns Hopkins University got on board. And so this particular residency is actually multi-pronged. One is that we are really bringing our traditional art form forward, but in its own traditional format, Not with kind of Western ideas of syllabuses and classrooms and so forth. Second is we're giving the opportunity to 6 students here who otherwise would not have been able to get this access to this amazing family of teachers. Finally, it's also an observational study looking at the effects of this kind of teaching on the students. What I'm hoping will happen is that people and younger people who have an interest in music will be able to connect to this art form and gain from it, transform from it in a positive way and in ways that they can take back with them and use for their own personal work, whether it's marketing or whether it's production or whether it's singing itself, whatever they're doing, because these art forms, they were part of hikmat. In our ancient traditions. So they were part of healing, they were part of wellness. You didn't have to be a professional musician or have to earn money from music in order to really take them seriously, because they gave you so much more. They gave you a perspective, they gave you a connection to yourself and to the world. So that's what I'm hoping will happen. And I'm also hoping that this art form will be known for these things. Both people in Pakistan and abroad will be able to celebrate it as such.